Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You've landed on planet 412. I'll be your captain of sorts as we navigate this strange, cryptid-filled world. Join me on a quest for truth through the strange, mysterious, and supernatural. This is Planet 412.
And apparently we had no sound. So, guys, I apologize. That's my fault. I was supposed to hit unmute, but it is what it is. And I just want to say hello to everybody tonight. This is a new format for the live streams, and I am just doing phenomenally, as you can tell. Again, hello to everybody, Anthony, and everybody else in the comment section. We have a great guest that you guys know extremely well tonight, Carol Ann from the InBetween. And I am super stoked to have her here. She's a great friend, a family member as far as me and my family are concerned. And I just wanted to tell you guys, if you're not familiar with who she is, Carol Ann hosts the InBetween, a channel she created with her husband, Mr. InBetween, that brings the world's strangest and most unexplained phenomena to life through the passionate storytelling she does. In just over 3 years, they've grown to 135,000 subscribers, covering everything from cryptid encounters and paranormal experiences to historical mysteries and viewer-submitted stories. Carol Ann's energetic delivery makes every viewer feel like she's speaking directly to them, turning each episode into an unforgettable journey into the unknown. She is absolutely phenomenal, and I am going to bring her in before I have to ask her to do something. And then we are going to bring Carol Ann in. Thank you for being my guest again, and just for holding form. I screw something up.
I am so glad that you invited me. Thank you so much. It's always fun to be on with you.
I agree. I'm super excited. And again, I just wanted to say hello to everybody in the comments section. I'm sure that there are some of the in-betweeners there. And of course, there's the 412ers, which quite honestly, I would assume all of the Planet 412ers are in-betweeners. So, you know, we're super excited to have you. And if not, everybody make sure that you go over to the InBetween on YouTube, hit subscribe and like on all the videos, hit that notification bell, guys, to everything. It's not the personal, it's all the time. Is that what it says? I think it's all the time personal and something else.
Oh,
So hit the first one, guys. And please do the same for Planet 412. In fact, I want to ask you guys a quick favor. If you have not clicked like today for this live video, I would greatly appreciate it if you do, and remind people that come in as well. If you're not subscribed, as I said, to either of our channels, please make sure that you subscribe. What's going on with you, Carol Ann? We haven't had you on in a while, so why don't you let everybody know?
we've just been nose to the grindstone for weeks and months and years, just putting out one video every week on Sundays, doing our best to get that done, doing our best to shed some light on some pretty strange corners of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's about it.
And doing a phenomenal job. Congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
immense growth of your
Thank
channel as
you.
well.
Yes.
Hopefully in the next year I will be catching up to you much closer than I
Come
am.
on. Come on. Get going.
I am. I've been doing a lot of
Working it.
live streams, and I have a ton of new videos on. So when I took that stupid break off, as I call it, which my wife said to me, when you need a break, let's make sure it's shorter, not a couple months. But I wasn't in the right frame of mind during that couple months. We had a lot going on here, and I'm not going to do that anymore, guys. So I have all these videos that are like halfway edited, a quarter way edited, 3/4. So they're popping up as people have been seeing new videos. So I just want to, you and I were started right around the same time when we got to know each other. Not started the videos, but we were like right at the same numbers. And then I just stepped away for a bit, and you went to the moon. Today, I'll just get right to the subjects. You and I spoke a couple weeks ago about what we wanted to discuss today. And, I've been, as people on Planet 412 are aware of, very into paranormal, ghosts, things like that. I've mentioned numerous times I'm going to be going on site to places in the beginning of the fall, in the September month. We're going to go to one of the most haunted places in Pennsylvania, in fact, in America. I'll tell you guys, it is in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Let me make sure.
Is it the penitentiary?
It is hold on. No, it's in PA. Franklin? No, it's not Franklin. Hold on. I will tell you super fast. But aside from that, as I'm looking this up, we also discussed about Bigfoot types of things. You said you had some things that you had gone over on the InBetween, and that maybe we could discuss and get into that as well. So I'm really excited about that because it seems that with Bigfoot experiences, a lot of times you'll kind of get the him, the haw. They started to blend in between with all of them, and not in. I didn't mean it in between. You know what I mean? They start to blend with each other. They start to sound like for the people that maybe are hoaxing and not really having experiences, they're taking from other ones and they start to melt together. But I know you guys really get phenomenal stories and experiences from your viewers and from you doing a lot of work online. Why don't we start with the Bigfoot, and I will let you take this from the reins and start off with that one.
Well, the reason that I suggested, and I should say, I am just recovering from a cold, so I'm a little hoarse. I'm coughing a little. I'll do my best to be on top of the cough button, but if I cough, I apologize. Anyway, that being said, the reason that I was talking about, maybe we could talk about Bigfoot, is because a couple weekends ago, I went to Reamer, Minnesota, which is the home of Bigfoot. They've actually trademarked it as the home of Bigfoot, at least in Minnesota. And they have a Bigfoot festival every year. So I actually went to the Bigfoot
Oh,
festival this year.
nice.
Yeah.
Did you have a
Yeah, it was really
table?
cool. Pardon me?
Did you do a table?
No, 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 no.
Oh, you would have killed at that with a table.
No, I'd never even been there before. So it was Friday night and all day Saturday, and it's like 4 hours, 4.5 hours north of me. So it's not a
Mhm.
short ride, and things going on. Long story short, I couldn't make it for Friday night. And by the time I got up there on Saturday, I made it just in time for the storytelling event, which is what I really wanted to go for anyway, because that's people gathering around and telling about their experiences with Bigfoot. So I got to see that part,
Okay.
which was the best part. Actually, by the time that was done, most everything else was kind of petering out. And it's not a huge festival. Reamer, Minnesota is very small. It's 391 people. That's what their population
Are
sign
you
says.
kidding me?
No, it's like super small, and it's
Wow.
like northern Minnesota. It's not anywhere near the Twin Cities. So it's not a big festival yet. I'm sure they get bigger numbers every year. But yeah, so it wasn't super big. But it was cool to just go and just see it. It's my first time ever being to anything like that before. So it
Mhm.
was a very fun experience. And I did get to meet Abe Del Rio, who is the founder of Minnesota Bigfoot Research Team, MNBRT. So I got to meet him, which was really cool. So I talked to him for a little while. So I have a new connection for the future, which is awesome. Maybe I'll have to hit him up for some stories. There's an idea that just popped into my head right now. And next year, I want to go again next year. And the thing I'm committing myself to do this because it kind of scares me. But they did, at least this year, they did a Sasquatch outing, a Bigfoot. Let's go find him. I don't know
Awesome.
what I'm trying to say there, but um, so I'm hoping. Now I couldn't do it this year anyway, just because the way things happened. But next year, now that I know that they do that, part of me is like, I don't think I need to know. But part of me is like, yeah, I do. I want to go on a Bigfoot hunt and try that out. So next
And
year,
where exactly again is this?
Reamer, Minnesota is about 4 hours straight-ish north of the Twin Cities.
That's so obviously much farther for me than you. But you know, I also wanted to, since you're bringing up experiences, I don't know if or going on and being a part of something. Did I ever ask you before if you'd be interested in coming to a place, a haunted place? And by the way, the Newcastle place is Hillview Manor in Newcastle, PA. It is one of the most haunted, like manor, ex like psychiatric place. I think they did all kinds of things. So the most haunted place in Newcastle, Pennsylvania is considered to be Hillview Manor. It was formerly a poor farm and nursing home, and many deaths occurred there, leading to numerous reports of paranormal activity. It was originally the Lawrence County Home for the Aged, also known as a poor farm, where elderly and mentally ill individuals resided. But what
No,
they had spoken about, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I just said nope, nope, not going, not
Well,
going.
they were saying, if you go and you watch, I believe this was on a number of the ghost haunting show, ghost hunting. Like, do you ever watch Jack Osborne? And by the way, I'm so sad that his dad passed away. What a legend,
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh.
See
For
you on the
people
other
my
side,
age,
Ozzy.
for
He
people my
was,
age, that is just like
yep.
I wasn't even a huge fan. I didn't go to any concerts. I didn't have any albums, nothing like that. I didn't listen. to his music, but you couldn't help but know his music, And for people my age, even for me, not a fan, it's still like a little hole in my heart,
Yeah. I'm a
Oh my
huge
gosh.
fan. I've been for years. And what's funny is Stacy and Amira, my daughter, they are going to be practicing for my daughter during the football season using the Ozzy, one of his
Mm.
songs she's a feature twirler and she's going to be dancing and doing her twirling to one of Ozzy's songs. I forget if my wife is still in the chat room, if she could say what song it is, but also having my wife be for decades, baton coach and stuff, being around bands, how many times like Crazy Train and other things were chosen for these bands, but his songs are timeless, and I was really upset that he passed. What's your favorite Ozzy song?
I have no idea.
There's so many.
Well, like I said, I was never a huge fan. I mean, obviously, I
Mm-hmm.
know Crazy Train.
Mm-hmm.
Um, maybe, maybe Paranoid.
Okay.
That might be my favorite of his.
I have a number of them, like
Yeah.
the one he did with Lita Ford. That one is, in fact, I was listening to it in the car on the way home today, and close my eyes forever. I'm gonna close my eyes forever, and I'm not gonna play it because they'll catch it and they'll chart. They'll
Yeah,
make
they
me
will. Yeah,
pay.
they will.
But that one is one of my favorites.
Actually, you know
Obviously,
what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to be like 80% of the people out there. Mama, I'm coming home.
oh, that's a great song. And how many songs he has that are appropriate for people passing freakily.
Yeah.
See you on the other side. I mean, that's right there. Close my eyes forever. So many.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he was, obsessed with death or something, but a lot of his songs could be attributed to him dying or other people.
Mhm.
But I loved him, man. He was so funny. The live show or the family show they did. Oh my
That was
God,
good.
what a trip!
Yeah.
Just just because he's burned, he's gone. So
Totally.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, what an awesome
Cried.
dude. Yeah, it made me laugh all the time. So, for you, Ozzy. Oh, yeah. So, that's what we're gonna do. So you're not down with going to ghost stuff.
No. I remember that at one point we had talked about you and me and Mike from Mr. E Files and
Hmm.
Josh
Yep.
from What Lurks Beneath, the four of us going to someplace that you had lined up in Michigan, I think it was.
Yeah, and I am gonna go there. And I'm not
Oh,
gonna hide it anymore because I want people to be excited about them. So the first place I'm gonna go, me and David Wolf from Exposing the Strange. He has his own. He does directing of and producing of different kinds of not just his YouTube channel, but he makes documentaries. One that I'm going to be in, that I am in, that he's been working on for a couple of years, will be released later this year. But he's going to take care of all of like the camera stuff and everything. But
nice.
we're going to go for sure to the Newcastle first, and I would love it if you would come. I mean, you're going to go to a Bigfoot one. Why not
I know,
here?
but because now understand this is coming from the perspective of somebody who's never had a single paranormal odd thing happen in my life.
Okay.
Never. I am obsessed. I wouldn't say obsessed, but I am obsessed with the stories of the strange, the weird things that happen in this world. In Search of with Leonard Nimoy when I was a kid. That's
Oh,
probably what
yeah.
all kicked it off. I mean, I love and I always have loved all of this stuff, but I've never had anything happen to me personally. So it's like, okay, do I want that to happen? I don't know, because reality changes at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to say yes, if I went to a Bigfoot hunt and we saw a Bigfoot, I can run away from Bigfoot. Do you know what I mean? That's a thing that's there. It's an object. I can run away from Bigfoot
I
and go
got you.
home, and I can be safe in my home. If I go to a haunted place and something happens, then reality opens up to ghosts. And ghosts can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Then I got to think about them being in my house, which obviously nothing has ever happened in my house, but
You don't want to
Mike,
start.
yeah, exactly. Mike from Mr. E-Files, he was just telling me that something happened to him a couple weeks ago in his own house for the first time. Nothing's ever happened to him in his house
Did he
before.
go on site somewhere?
I don't think so. I don't know. But
Well,
I don't,
we
but
will be taking huge, we will have, we're going to go get blessed by priests. We're going to have
there
a
you
good
go.
friend of our. Hey, in fact, I was just going to mention you, BJ. BJ Lapierre, author and illustrator in the chat room.
Hi,
Everybody, her,
BJ.
if you don't know, her mom has had major surgery in the last week. She had a brain bleed, in fact, two brain bleeds, I believe.
Ooh,
She had major surgery. She had the blood drained from her skull, and she's doing wonderfully now. God bless her
good.
mom. But everybody, please make sure you send your prayers and everything to BJ and her mom specifically. Thank God she's doing better, BJ. Two brain bleeds, yes, but she's
Ooh,
doing wonderfully. And I was just going to mention you, BJ, because BJ is a sensitive. She has been having sensitive types of events occur since she was a little girl, like seeing her dead grandfather, watching her as she got in the bus from her first day of school. He's standing there, like waving at her as she drove by her, just standing there, right, BJ? And she is very good about knowing the types of like crystals you can take with you to protect yourself and doing other types of things. And I actually talked BJ into coming with us, so we would have somebody there, Carol Ann, with us that would have abilities to hopefully notice things are going on and protect us hopefully better. She's gonna be like, Matt, I can't guarantee I can do that, but
no.
she says she's gonna come with us and we're gonna do everything we can to protect ourselves. So I would love if you could come sometime. But I know a lot of people hear the paranormal ghost poltergeist things and they're like, nope, I'm good. Because if a hitchhiker jumps on, then I'm screwed. And that's why Stacy doesn't want me to go. But we're
Well,
going.
there's that, and I'm just chicken. I
I
have zero
gotcha.
problem admitting I'm just a big chicken.
I gotcha. But, just to let everybody know, I was gonna hold back on telling you the second place we're going, but I want people to get excited. It's called Eloise Asylum in Detroit, Michigan, and that's the one I told you about that I wanted us all to go to. It's
Okay.
Eloise.
All right.
Eloise, and it's one of the most haunted places, asylums in America as well. If you do you ever watch Destination or Expedition X with Josh Gates and his,
I've
so
seen it.
do you have Discovery Plus?
No.
Okay, you should get it. Or I don't know if they have it like available elsewhere. Just I'm sure Prime. You could put it in there and you could
Probably.
pick an episode. But episode or season 6 episodes 1 and 2 specifically is what got me to decide I'm going with whoever's coming with me to Eloise Asylum, because it is unbelievable what they catch on camera. They catch a shadow person looking around the corner at them, literally on camera. They have it on the video, on the episode. You'll see it. And this thing, I think it's episode number 2. They're there for, that's a big video, 2 episodes. And they go to the end of this one hall, and then as they're turning around, the guy's looking on the floor, and his partner, oh God, what is her name? Jessica Chobot. She smacks his arm, and he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Look." And they look down the hall, and the cameraman catches it. It looks like there's a black head sticking around the corner looking out at them, and they're like, "Oh my God." And then the guy goes, "Hello," or she says hello, and the head goes shoop, and the guy freaks out, and he's like, "Holy shit." And they're like, you can see it. They rewind it, they make it closer, they put it in slow motion. 100% a shadow being, and it's probably the best video of any shadow being ever recorded, I would say. And then in the first episode, there, how they say people, I don't know if you've ever heard people using Polaroid cameras will snap a lot of pictures somewhere, and they'll catch something sometimes. Well, Jessica Chobot said, "Hey guys, I brought this," she was joking, "newfangled technology to get us," and she pulls out a Polaroid, and they're like, "Holy shit, they still make those things?" And she's like,
No
"Yeah."
kidding.
And so they take pictures of them and around them on different rooms. And finally, Josh Gates takes a picture of her standing there, and behind her is a shadow being, probably 4 feet right behind her. It actually looks like a shadow being with just like what you see when you're a little kid and you think of ghosts, like they have a kind of a sheet over them. It looks like a shadow being with that form of a sheet over them, but it's a shadow being. It's completely black, and it's incredible what they catch at this place.
And this is kind of a dumb question, but it's not her shadow.
Nope.
If it's behind her?
No. And they tried to debunk it. And Phil, the guy who is so it's Josh Gates' show. He's in it sometimes with them at the every beginning of every episode. He's there. I'm sending you guys out to go do this. But sometimes on really big episodes, he'll come, and he went with them on this. So Phil is the guy, and Jessica's the other. And Phil is like a scientific mind. He's always trying to debunk and figure out how it could be misconstrued as something that it's not. And Josh and Jessica were like, "There is no way that is a shadow." Josh is just like, "Dude, I'll bet you $1 million. It is no way that is a shadow or of her." And they tried to debunk it, and there was no way. No way.
I'm not going there. Why would I go there?
That's funny.
No.
Guys,
No, but I'm anxious to
do
see
you
your
want Carol Ann
footage.
to go with me to Eloise? Put the pressure on her.
Not
I
gonna work.
understand. I
Not
understand.
gonna work.
I do. So, guys, for the love of all of you, just to give you something to get your mouth watering over the next few months as you wait, in September and October, we are going to be for Planet 412. Even though somebody from the InBetween doesn't want to come, we are going to go to Newcastle, PA, and we are going to go to Detroit, Michigan, and it's going to be super awesome. Eloise Asylum in Detroit, and what was the name of the other place? I always forget the other one. In Newcastle again, it's Oh geez, where did it go? I want to get it right. It's the haunted hill, and a hillside or something, in Newcastle. I want to get it right for everybody. There it is. Haunted Hill View Manor is the name of the place. So that's what we're going to be doing, guys.
I'm anxious to see the footage that you get.
It will be, I believe, they're always, and BJ, I don't have an exact date, but yes, we are going in September. I asked her if she'd be able to come so that we'd have, because I'm a sensitive, but not like I'm a minor sensitive. I have minor things that I'm sensitive to, but she is like a strong sensitive, and I wanted, somebody there that has a bigger, type of something than I do that can sense more and be aware of more and hopefully protect us more paranormally. And, like I said, we're going
Plan.
to do everything we can beforehand. We are getting blessed by a priest, and we're going to do everything we can. So it'll be exciting. BJ, I asked her, and she said, "Yeah, my husband's cool with me going." So I'm like, okay. So my experience and research I've been doing, and the more I've been doing on paranormal events, because I've been really stuck on that lately. It seems like there is a lot more paranormal things going on for whatever reason these days. Of course, people can say, oh, technology and mass media and TV shows and stuff, I have a minor sniffly too, by the way.
It's going around.
It is. But I don't think this has anything to do with what I'm referring to. I really have noticed like an uptick in paranormal events being noticeably stronger, people noticing these things happening. And I would really like to do more to try and figure out why, which is why I'm going to be doing these things. And one of the things I've noticed in the research I've been doing is when people that have had some form of paranormal event occur in their life, i.e., Dogman, and like my buddy David Wolf has had some stuff occur with him with Bigfoot and stuff, and then with BJ. I mean, she's had tons of paranormal stuff. When you see your dead grandpa, watching you, on the bus, your first day of school. I was at first grade, BJ, you said. So that's something right there. But I've noticed the people that have had more events happen to them in their life when they go to these places, they have more happen to them than traditionally people that haven't had things occur. So
Sure.
I'm hoping we have, enough oomph with all of us there to cause stuff to happen. Stacy's not happy about me going. But
Can't say I blame her.
I'm going, and I'll do whatever I can to protect us.
But that makes sense, though, that people have already had something happen. That pretty much tells you those are the people who have a little bit sharper sixth sense than
Right.
others do. So it makes total sense that those are the people who would see more happening at a place that is said to be haunted. That makes total sense.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. What is, right off the top of your head, the most grabbing paranormal event you can think of that has, like, stuck itself in your mind as, this is what I think of when I think of paranormal,
I was just going to ask you to define paranormal because there's a lot that goes under that,
Oh my God, of
you
course.
know.
I mean, the dog man I had the experience with, there's poor and paranormal. So, what
There you
I'm
go.
referring to when I'm getting into paranormal, supernatural right now, filing it in whichever part of the pie, so to speak,
Right?
it is ghost, poltergeist, shadow person, those type of beings, that type of thing.
I don't know. I would say the one that sticks in my head the most is probably in fact we did an episode on it a few months ago called it's a farm in Wales called Hale Fennig. Have you heard of
Hmm.
it, this place?
I think I have. What refresh my memory?
That place is a little crazy. Although I've heard that nothing has happened since then. But there was a 6-year period, 1989 to 1995 ish,
Hmm.
somewhere in there. So this new family this new blended family moves into this house, which actually was like the barn of an old estate, but the estate home no longer existed. But it was like a carriage house, but it was this huge house. It was acres. It was beautiful, whatever. And they move in, and from like the moment they move in, everything starts to go bad. Like
Hmm.
the husband's business goes bad. All of a sudden, they're broke. The electricity bill, which I think this is probably the most interesting because it's something physical. The electricity bill all of a sudden is like 4 times, like they pay in quarters, and 1 quarter was all of a sudden like 4 times what it should have been for the whole year. I mean, it was just going nuts. So they had electricians in. They talked to first they call the electric company. The electric company says our lines are fine. It has to be in your house. So they call the electrician. The electrician inspects every appliance. Every appliance is fine. The breaker box going to the electric company is fine. Nobody can find any issues,
Hmm.
but it's just like going nuts. But they have uh, everything from, seeing the little old lady rocking in the rocking chair to the husband being attacked by a succubus to hooded figures walking down the hall.
Oof.
Um, the husband was a painter. He was an artist by trade, and something started, for lack of a better word, attacking his hands so that he couldn't do anything with his hands anymore. So he couldn't paint. I mean, it was just madness for like 6 years. And then of course, they had people out through that whole time saying, saying that they're exercising the house, and it didn't, in a few months it would be back, and would come and go, and it was quiet for like a year, and it was just crazy. But they finally had somebody come and had an exorcism that stuck and
Good.
exorcised the house. Yes, finally. So, unfortunately, enough stuff had gone on that the couple ended up divorcing from it. There's
Oh,
just
that's
too
too
much,
bad.
too much going on that they couldn't overcome, which is really sad. But
Wow. Yeah, that is extremely sad. That
yeah,
that sounds more along the lines of a poltergeist to me, or a demonic haunting.
it's hard to say because there's poltergeist activity, there's demonic activity. So, where's the line between the two? I don't know.
Right.
But they pretty much had it all,
Did
And in
they
fact,
do?
after one of the exorcisms, um, somebody claimed that they had, I think maybe it was even after the final exorcism, they said that now the spirit world is going to see that house as a beacon and come toward the beacon. So then they had like parades of ghosts going through their house on their way to someplace. I mean, it was just crazy.
It
It was just
sounds like
insane.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
wow. That's very interesting, and that makes me, really like that makes me want to figure out exactly what it was. Did they have any professional like ghost hunters come there and do anything?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I would no apologies, but that
I don't think
would
so.
damn you for not knowing. um, I would like to know though if they did, because you can a lot of times figure out what's going on by getting those questions answered. They use like those ghost boxes and stuff. It plays like a white noise in the background, and then there's a voice that says something. I think
Those
those
are
would be
weird.
very very weird, but very usable. I would love to. I would never use it at my home, but I don't want to know
I don't want
what's here. Yeah, not at my house. But BJ had mentioned something to me as well. Yes, BJ, I got exactly what you were saying. She had said we need to go back to a place I'm sure you are aware of, Beaver Creek State Park, where I got that Bigfoot EVP from.
to, right?
Yeah, so it is so well known for supernatural, paranormal events, cryptid events that has gone on, and I do want to go back there. So you were right, BJ, 100%. But we're gonna do them, down the or we're gonna do them in order. The only downside about going to these places is we have to, get so many people to come because there's a cost to going there. Like for instance, with Eloise, they have a cost that you have to pay. You can go like into the group things with other. We're not going to want to do that. We're going to be
No,
filming,
not if you're shooting. Yeah.
Right. So I asked the guy who's actually the owner, him and his daughter. I asked him, who was on the episode of Expedition X, and I said, obviously we've got YouTube channel and a production company. We're going to be coming in and if we're going to be filming, we're not going to want to be around anybody. He said, I completely knew you'd say that. He said, this is, what the press or the charges are. And, like with enough people, it wouldn't be that bad. So if like, say we got like 10, 7 or 8 people to come, it would be probably like $400 or $500 a person, I think.
Right.
But we would have the place all to ourselves, no interference, all night. And I told him, he's like, well, these are the hours we usually do, late night. And I was like, we need it to be from here to here because we have to be there for witching hour. And we're not going to miss witching hour in a place like that, which is around
Right.
4 in the morning.
Right.
And yeah, so he said for sure. He's like, whatever you guys want to do, as long as you pay. He didn't say that, but I was
But
saying in
that's
my
what he
head,
meant.
whatever you guys want, man, send me the money. Oh, yes, EJ. So for anybody also that is into watching documentaries on supernatural and stuff. Obviously, you wouldn't be here if you did not like those things. There is a documentary series on Prime Video called Hellier, Hellier, and my friend BJ is putting. Do you know BJ, Carol Ann?
No, I do not.
I'm sure. Well, I know she's a fan of yours and is a part of your
Oh,
channel,
thank you,
but
VJ.
she's a very good friend of mine. Her and I have gotten very close. I was talking to her one day and I said, so I don't know if you want me to bring it up, BJ, now or later. So something occurred with her and I. let me, BJ, are you cool with me bringing up the event with Hellier? But just to get it out of the way, what Hellier is in Hellier, Kentucky, there is this small town, little. I don't want to say redneck
Hellier,
and
Kentucky.
offend people, but it's just a small little, country town in Kentucky, and they have this documentary. Totally up to you. You wanted to do a video. Yes, we are going to do a video. But long story short, I'm not going to get into exact specifics, but I'm going to give you guys a vague description of what happened to me and BJ after I described this video. So, I about a month or two ago found this documentary on Prime and watched it. It's a documentary series. No offense, PJ. She said, "Hey, I'm a redneck from way back." No offense, honey.
I was just going to say, I would bet you that the people of Hellier, Kentucky would say, hell yes, we're rednecks.
There's a lot of people that are very proud of that, and
I bet they would say
I'm
that.
not insulting any of you. I apologize if anyone took it offensively.
I doubt it.
So anyway, as I push it to the side, um, I started watching this series and it grabbed me immediately. And basically, what it's about, do you remember in the 1950s? I think it was 1952 in Kentucky. I forget the town it was, but it was the family of like 12 people that were in a little kind of like shack type house out in the far country in Kentucky, and they had those goblins attack the house, and
Yes.
people were shooting at them and everything.
Yes.
So this ties to that. So this guy who is like a paranormal researcher, hunter, this and that, got a letter sent to him from, but he wasn't at the time like a monster hunter. He didn't like go out and look for cryptids or anything, but he got this message from someone. And basically, in a nutshell, it was a doctor who would not give his real name in Hellier, Kentucky, who had bought a house, and it was near a mine. And if you recall, Carol says she's in between Hellier and Land Between the Lakes. Oh man, Carol,
Jeez.
you are in a hotbed. Do you have a lot of paranormal stuff happen? Jesus Christ. I
That's
can't think of many places more paranormally like dangerous than her. That's almost as bad as what's it called out in out, oh geez, the one place they always study.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes, that's like on par right there. So what this doctor said was, oh, and by the way, the original event that happened in the 1950s, when they were talking about where these things came from, when a UFO supposedly crashed, and they said where these things came from was a mine that was nearby. They believed that when it crashed, these things funneled their way into the nearby mine, and that's where they were coming to and from. They were accosting that family. Well, here this doctor is saying he bought this house less than 6 months ago. They are being accosted every single night by a group of like little people, goblin type of monster looking things. And they took his dog. I hated hearing that. It broke my heart. My ass would be in that mine looking for them. I'd be loaded for bear, boy. You come near my dog. And the dog was never found. They took it and obviously killed it. And they said that the doctor said that these things were, it started out his son said that he was one morning they were going to have breakfast, and he said, "Hey, how'd you sleep, son?" And he said, I was watching the little kids play in our yard last night. And he said, "What are you talking about? Did you have a nightmare? Did you have a dream? Is that what you're talking about?" I said, "No, Dad. There were little bald kids playing in our yard last night, and I was watching them, and they were like, what do we have to think of, you know?" And Marco, I do know about the Bell Witch as well. That's a scary story, the Bell Witch.
Yes.
But he didn't know what to think. You know, is this a child's dream? Is this just something a kid made up? And then the kid screamed one night saying that these things were now, they saw him looking out the window and now are coming up to his window, staring in his window, hitting the glass. They're looking in other windows in the house. And the dad was like, you know, I don't know what to believe still. And then he ended up one night with his son flipping out. He got up fast enough and saw one of these things. So they started to notice them and saw them frequently. Their dog disappeared. These things would be looking in the windows. Once they had known that these people saw them, they were always coming up. He said they were trying to get in their home, trying to get in the front door. And then he wrote this guy to tell him, you know, this is something that I am really afraid for my family. Is there something you can do to help us? And that's when the guy was like, you know, I'm not a monster hunter, blah, 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 but I could at least try to come there and, you know, see what we could figure out. He said, you know, I'm not calling you a liar or anything, but I have to be honest. You know, he said I'd lived in Canada at this point. He ended up moving to Cincinnati, Ohio, which is very close to Kentucky. But
Right.
he said to him, you know, without you taking offense to this, you know, I need some proof. Can you at least send me some pictures or something? And he said,
Right.
yes. So he ended up sending pictures, and you can see them on this documentary on the first episode. And it's like I said, it's called Hellier. And there are 3 pictures that he sent. And the guy said, you know, he started looking around the yard when his son was telling him it. And he said he told his dad that they were leaving footprints in the yard too. He actually takes a picture of footprints all through the yard. He also got night pictures of these things. And one of the things that the beings, the goblins from the Kentucky Goblin from 1952, they said that these things glowed. Their eyes glowed, that they would glow. And the pictures that this guy got, he got pictures of it, their feet in the mud, their 3-toed feet, real thick like toes on each foot, like this. You know, I mean, they're really thick. And the thing that grabbed me, and of course the doctor immediately, was there's oh shoot, what do they call it? The lines that you get in your skin and your feet.
Dermal ridges?
Yes, dermal ridges. They had dermal ridges in these pictures.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
I'm looking
And
for pictures right now.
yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now as well. It's
Because
in the
this sounds really familiar. Like I didn't know it was Hellier, Kentucky, but like I could swear I've seen videos on YouTube. Do they look like monsters or do they look like aliens?
no, they look like aliens, and they're very similar when they. So this guy, long story short, he said they're driving us crazy. We don't know what to do. We're ready to move. Could you help us? And when he sent all this stuff, he's like, man, we're in. We're going to come. And then he never heard from the guy again. The guy was there like, oh, what the hell's going on?
Sure.
And the guy's like, you know, at the beginning, I'm a doctor. I can't have anybody know who I am. So they basically, heartbroken, never went. A year later, they end up getting a letter from someone else saying that they're the original person who contacted the doctor to let him know who to send a letter to, and it was to him. And the guy that's making this documentary said, I didn't know who this guy was. I don't know why he gave my name to him or anything. So long story short, they end up deciding to go to Hellier, Kentucky. They had a roundabout idea of where this place could be. It's a super small town, and one of the things about the town is there's a very well known UFO event that occurred there. I forget what year, not that long ago, that they had on the news, and they have the news clip and everything. When the news people are on, there was a UFO that sat over the whole town of Hellier for like 3.5 hours one day, and everybody got pictures. Yes,
Jeez.
and it wasn't far from where this mine was. That it was pretty far up, but they were with cameras, they could see it perfectly. And it
Right.
sat there all day, 3.5 hours near where this mine was. And these things look like little children's size, but they have big eyes and glowing eyes at night. And man, I want you to see it so bad.
How does a UFO hang in the sky for 3.5 hours and it's
And no
not like
military come.
I'm thinking TV stations? Hello? How is
Well,
this
their
not
TV
like
station was there.
okay?
But yeah,
And
why not the nightly news and things
yes.
like that?
Hello?
I agree. I agree.
That's insanity.
100%. So I'm bringing up on my phone Prime Video, and I just want to take
I have Prime Video and I am
you.
going to be watching this
You have to
for
watch it.
sure. Because
It's
this sounds like
phenomenal.
right up my alley.
Oh, for sure. I'm actually, just not to throw it, I'm actually halfway done with a video about Hellier.
Are you?
And yes, and that is some place that I was talking to Carol Ann, to BJ about, that I wanted to go, and then this event occurred with us that we're going to go for sure. Would that, by the way, Carol Ann, would that be a place that you would be maybe willing to come and
Hellier,
do?
Kentucky?
Yeah, and go on and looking for these
Maybe.
things.
Maybe.
Okay,
Maybe.
we can talk about this
We might
later.
have to talk about that one.
Yeah, so
Might have to be a ways down the road though, because I'll have to like plan for it and save for it. But we might have to talk about that one.
okay.
That sounds like much more fun.
Okay, then I'm gonna hold you to it. So
Mr. In Between is like shaking his head right now.
you're gonna come too, Anthony. You gotta protect your wife. So I will. I can't. I'm trying to find. I'm not going to spend all this time looking for it.
No,
But pay
nah,
attention when you
I'll
get
stop.
to. It's like right around the first quarter mark. They get to the letter and the guy and the pictures of these goblins,
Right.
and they show pictures of one looking around a tree, which is kind of interesting because we always talk about cryptids tree peeking.
See, that
And
sounds familiar.
yeah,
Like I've seen videos of this before.
you may have. And
It's so intriguing.
the one most absolutely phenomenal picture is the footprint. And there's a bunch of footprints they show, but one specifically, and you'll know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
because it's perfect. Three huge toes with those the ridges, the dermal ridges are just,
Right.
there's no way to doubt that. It's just like, holy hell, what the heck?
Well,
And
now how far away is Hellier, Kentucky from the place where it happened in the 50s?
I think
Because I remember that story.
I think they said it was maybe 7 to 8 hours away from where that
Oh, so it's
place
pretty
is.
far.
It's yeah, but it's interesting is again a mine system connected, and they say underground these mines could also be connected to each other. And then, they were filming at this place, and they were getting ready to they were putting everything away. They were getting ready to leave and get out of Dodge. And there was a little girl that the guy, and he'll talk about this in the video. You'll see him say this, and he mentions that he noticed this little girl that's just kind of watching everything and just not making any noise, being real inquisitive. And he just was like, something made him ask her a question. He's like, hey, how you doing? Is a parent here with you? And she's like, no, I just live close. I just wanted to come and watch what you guys were doing. And he just got the idea of starting to ask her questions. And she said, I heard that you're a monster hunter. And he said, well, kinda. And he said, have you ever seen any monsters? And she said, yeah, actually, I have. And he said, where have you seen them? She said, well, I live not too far from here. She said, but we have a mine near our house, and they come from the mine. And he was like, oh my God, he's like, I thought this was a setup. He said, I was looking around seeing if one of my producers was watching or they set this up. And he's like, nobody was looking at them. They were all putting stuff away. He went and went up to his producer and said, do you know who this kid is? And he's like, no, I don't know who she is. Why? He's like, get all the cameras. We're pulling them back out. You guys are going to record. Start recording now. And he asked this little girl to draw him, hit to her best of her ability, what these monsters look like. And lo and behold, she draws exactly what they've been known to look like since in the 1952 event. A police officer actually, and I know I can find this one, a police officer actually in his report drew what they had said they thought these things looked like, and it was basically the same kind of thing that the police report showed, and he was blown away. And so this is really interesting, and definitely something very different from our normal Bigfoot dogman type of event and cryptids that everybody wants to talk about and go on these hunts for. But this rang so true to me with just like this immense clarity. I was just like immediately like, this is just not fake. This is really coming out to be, this has happened, and these people are being honest, and you're having multiple people from different areas not that far apart saying that they're seeing the same things other people are seeing. And
Right.
it was just like I had an epiphany, and I'm like, man, I'm going. And then the absolute unbelievable beyond epiphany happened is I get a call from my friend BJ Lapierre one morning, or it was a text. I was going to a doctor's appointment, and she sends me a text, and she said, hey, I have a question for you. She said, how was your night? I was like, oh, I had a bad night. I had nightmares last night. She said, really? She said, that's interesting. She said, and I'm giving the vague one because we're making a video about this, but she said, she said, how did you, Oh, thank you. Oh my God, BJ, you are phenomenal. Holy hell. Guys, I'm going to share something. BJ sent me a picture of the footprints and of the police report. She's awesome. Man, BJ, I love you, girl. You're so awesome. She
Wait,
really is a
so this is
sweetheart.
the police report from 1952 or from
No,
recently?
two parts. The picture that the police drew from 1952, the
Right.
what the people at the Kentucky house that were besieged by these things, what they
I can't believe I
described.
can't remember the name of that. What is the name of that?
Um, oh shoot.
Go ahead, keep going.
And she also sent me the footprint now from Hellier, the footprint. So I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to send them to my computer and then I will share them to you. BJ, can you do me a favor or anybody else if you know what the event was in 1952, what that was
It
called?
was it was the Kelly Hopkinsville encounter,
Yes, thank you.
1955.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. So now where was it? Christian
Very
County,
much.
Kentucky.
All right, I
So
am
it's in the
sending
far
you.
southwest corner of Kentucky, Hopkinsville.
Okay. Yes, the Hopkinsville goblins. That's what I remember hearing about all the time.
Now where is Hellier?
Hellier is it is relatively close. I know that. All right.
Because I've heard so much about, and it's all kinds of things, Dogman, Bigfoot, all kinds of things about the cave systems,
Right.
and I think that there seriously might be something to that.
Oh,
But
100%.
I know, but let's see, Hellier is okay. See, Hellier is like on the far eastern border of Kentucky. It's on the opposite side of Kentucky. That's a lot of caves for them to be crawling through if it's the same cryptid. Do you know
Right.
what I'm
Well,
saying?
are they
That would be crazy.
do they have the technology? Did they really crash in a UFO, or was that something else that occurred supernaturally that the people back then thought, that it was something like a UFO, but it really wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they said that, if you recall, they said that they saw a UFO in the sky, and the one guy said he saw it like go down and heard a big crash and saw a flash. So
Yeah. The Hopkinsville thing has been on my list of things to do. It certainly is on the to do list. It's just
yeah,
something I haven't gotten to yet. So I haven't studied it at all. I just know it exists, you
right.
know? So, so they heard a crash and everything.
That's what I remember seeing.
It's
What they
amazing.
said, they saw the UFO in the sky, and then not long after they saw this UFO in the sky, they saw these things start to come around the house.
Right.
All right, now I just downloaded these to uh, from Messenger to my computer, so I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to share.
Come on. I can't wait to get the willies.
All
It's going to creep me out and I'm waiting for it.
right, let's see. That's not it. Let's go share. And then let's go.
I
Here we
love
go. Can you
technology. I
guys see?
hate technology.
Can you guys
I
see
don't
the
see anything.
picture? All right, hold on.
I don't, but maybe they are.
How about now?
I don't.
All right, hold on. Let me pull up. I need to see what they're seeing on here. All right. View. Oh, okay. I need to add it to the scene. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Now
Oh,
let
here
me
it is.
pull us off.
Yeah. I want to get a better look.
Remove from scene. Remove from scene. Shit. Hey guys, do you hear us now? So that doesn't make any sense. Well,
Woo!
I guess we can't have that on the screen.
We
Can you
can't
guys
have
hear
nice
us now?
things. That's why we can't have nice things.
I must have did some. Well, as I said, this is a brand new thing. I'll get it figured out, guys. It's always something when me and Carol Ann are on together. It's never her, it's me.
Well,
Um,
thankfully Anthony's watching,
all
and
right,
he's pinging
now
me, and he's saying,
are we still on? That's what I want to know.
"I don't know."
I hope there's not
He
dead air
said
now.
that he said that he could not hear us when we went off the stage.
Oh, so it was on, but just couldn't hear us.
Right, so they can see the picture, but they can't hear us.
All right, so
Oh, he says they have audio now, so apparently they can hear us now.
good.
Okay,
So,
good.
you guys, can you hear us as I show you this big picture?
Somebody.
Anybody? Can you hear
Oh,
me?
Anthony says that they hear us and see the image.
Good. So I don't know
Okay,
what happened. I removed us from the screen and we lost sound. Okay.
we did, but I
Okay.
guess we're okay.
Whatever. So, guys, as we were discussing before, the foot that me and Carol Ann were discussing, if you look, you have a bigger middle toe than the left or the right. And what I had pointed out is when you look at the right toe, the farther one to the right and go straight down, you see that piece of mud that seems like it's been pulled out of the imprint. That's where the ball of the foot is for this being. I found that interesting because number one, it looks really big, the area where the ball is, and the most of the pressure that where this thing stepped down of was right where that piece of mud is pulled out of this mud imprint. I just find it really interesting. And again, you see these different imprints along the foot. You see them also if you look to Carol Ann pointed out the big one in the middle by the big middle toe. But if you look at the left toe, you can see the crease right there, and you can see
Yeah.
another one right there. And then if you follow straight down from the left toe, you can also see very light ones in the middle of there. You see those?
Yep.
So really interesting. And of course, that
Yeah, it
gives
is.
us all, very, very, good proof, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention, guys, you can get merch from Carol Ann over at the InBetween. Also, you can get merch here. I have a new shirt. One of my
Nice.
Benny shirts. Thank you. I love this one. This is
Nice.
a favorite one of mine. I have coffee cups that have this one and different kinds of my regular logo. There's a cool one that's it's the square, but there's also one that Rye Voss helped me make. It looks almost like on the edges on the right and left, like there was someone had taken a paintbrush and like painted it. It looked like somebody just painted it like a cartoon would paint with a paint, but a real thick one. They go 1, 2, 3, and then there's like the a beautiful painting there because
Right.
it was a cartoon. Well, that's how the edges of this one look. Rye did it for me. We have coffee mugs, the metal water
In the
bottles.
bottom.
We have posters, stickers. We
Wow.
have new hats. We have hats with this logo, and we also have stitched hats with my original logo. It also has a Planet 412 stitched this logo on the back of the hat. It's real small. It's cool. Kind of like where you'd expect the Under Armour or Nike one in the back to be. That's
Right.
where this is. The stitched ones are really
Wow.
sharp. And a lot of people love this one too. It's like a trucker's
That's
hat
cool.
with this one. And hoodies. Um, and a bunch of other stuff. Oh, iPhone and Samsung ones. I have a bunch
Cases?
of stuff. I'm sorry.
Phone cases?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Check them out on Planet
Holy cow.
412. Yeah. Very cool. And it'll take you. The link will take you to my store. It's at the fourth wall. That's who I do mine through. Josh Nanoki on What Lurks Beneath. That's his people as well, and
I
he
think that
hooks me
might be
up
our
with them.
people as well now.
Yeah, they're
I
awesome.
think.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
are they? Okay. Yeah, they're phenomenal. I love them. They're great. Super easy to make new things over there. And so, guys, go ahead and check them out. I guess I get to get a water bottle or a coffee cup on my desk with you. And so from now on, instead of having a Powerade bottle, I'll pour it in my cup. And
Okay, we just got a comment that says that they can't see us. So you're probably still
what?
sharing, you're probably still showing your screen. I see the pictures on there somewhere.
Okay, can you
Are we
guys
back?
see us now and hear us? What a fucking disaster it is. Excuse my
Which
language.
which means that they missed my shameless plug for our merch.
No, I think they could still hear us though,
Yeah?
couldn't they?
Well, yeah, but they couldn't see my shameless plug.
Oh, well, there it is right
There
there.
it is. There's my shameless plug.
You know what? Stacy always says, Matt, make sure you make some coffee mugs. Carol Ann's looks so great whenever she's holding it.
We don't have that many things, but we have a. Oh, Anthony says nope. They saw it. So I mean,
Sorry
easy
for
to- I
swearing.
guess
I
we
got
were
yelled
on.
at, Fry BJ. Oh, so let me get
We're all over the place. Okay.
back on the story here. So
Yes.
she says to me, I what did you dream about? And I said, oh, I basically no. She tells me, well, I had a really crazy dream. Just to let you know, I was with you and it was me, you, and I think somebody else. She said Matt, and we were running from something. And I don't know, BJ, if I'm getting it wrong, let me know. We were running from something. You were helping people like a big brother, you picked me up to run and get away and everything. And basically, in a nutshell, I froze. And I'm like, wait a minute. Huh? Are you serious? And what basically occurred is I had a nightmare where I was with BJ and other people filming a documentary in Hellier, Kentucky for these things, and they were chasing us, and her and I basically had a dream where we both were in it with each other.
Like a shared nightmare?
Yeah, yeah. What are those
Wow.
called again, BJ? And I flipped out. Like I was really like I wasn't like scared or anything, but I was just blown away. I was really blown away and shocked, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is
Yeah.
insane." We really had a shared dream, and it was nuts. I
And so
couldn't
you had a
believe it.
shared dream about Hellier.
About us going to Hellier,
Wow.
Kentucky to film a documentary, and these things were chasing us, and that was the same dream that I had.
Crazy.
Yeah, so it really blew my mind, and I couldn't believe that that occurred. And when I had Preston Preston on last week, and Dolly on. We had. Do you know who Preston Dennett is?
The name sounds familiar.
I need to get you in touch with him if I haven't already. So Preston is one of the world's biggest researcher on UFOs, USOs, and things like that, disappearances. And I had him on. It was the second time I had Preston on. I did a live stream with him last week. And I don't know if she's considered his wife or his living, I know she's either his wife or girlfriend. And her name is,
Significant other.
it's Dolly. I got to make sure I get her name right. Dolly Safran. She's a real experiencer. She was taken from aliens years ago, and she has had some really incredible stuff happen to her, and she regularly has had numerous experiences with them, and according to her, gone into their UFOs multiple times. And I mean, it gets really deep. Like she said she has proof of she's related to all these figures in history. And I don't want to start naming names of them because I don't remember all of them, but she started going into I think she said something like her family has a connection to the Queen of England or something, and then also like Abraham Lincoln, something. And she has like proof of all of these. They did, the tree thing that they can
Sure.
look up, and apparently she does, and they've had all these other experiences where according to her, that she has this one alien that she does mind speak with all the time, and it's really a lot. But me here, I try and give everybody the benefit of the doubt. She seems really, like she's telling the truth and being honest, and just really incredible stuff that she's told us. And I hope someday that she could, take me along one of them. I asked, could you get me in there and take a trip? And she said that they are not coming around now because you know how the earth is going through a pole shift. Have you heard
Right.
that?
Yeah.
So she said that they are waiting till the pole shift is over, and that they are, excuse me, that they're like afraid of it or whatever because there's supposed to be a lot going to happen. I hope it's not as bad as some people say, and that
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, and she said that all of the, according to her, all of the UFOs, USOs, UAPs, every one of them that we're seeing is ours. So I don't
Okay.
know about that. But I'm like I said, I try and give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Um,
Interesting.
but she's going to be a guest on my show on Tuesday. If anybody is interested,
Nice.
if you're not doing anything, Carol Ann, you shoot on over. I'll pull you into the interview. You could talk to her a little bit. Um, but really interesting events going on with UFOs and aliens and things. A lot of people have been saying that there's been um, very soft. What's the word? When they're going to tell us about the aliens? What's the word I'm
Mm,
looking for?
yeah. I know what you're saying.
Um, I can't think of it right.
I
I
can't
hate it
either.
when it happens. At least you're forgetting too. Guys,
Yes.
what's it called when, we're gonna be told about all
So,
the alien stuff? It's
because I've heard it
some
a few times in the
yeah,
last few months.
uh
Soft disclosure. Thank you, BJ.
disclosure. Thank
Thank you,
you.
El
B-
Martino.
BJ is phenomenal, dude. I mean, she is absolutely phenomenal.
But
Um,
Wembley got it too.
yeah, Wembley is awesome. BJ's
El Martino.
awesome.
Yes.
There's
Nice.
Beach. Seeing how nice
Well,
these
there's
are
Beach.
too. I believe, guys, that you guys can also, I think, send a private chat that you guys can send your actual voices to each other.
Wow.
There's something like that going on with this.
Interesting.
So, um,
Hey, so let's go back, if you don't mind.
of
Let's go
course.
back to Hellier for a second, because we kind of meandered away.
Okay, you're right.
I want to know if there is such a thing as a Hellier monster hunt that you're inviting me to. What is the hunt? Do you go look through caves?
So,
Where
what
do you look for these things?
Yeah, so what we are going to do first and foremost is we're going to go to the town and we're going to, because it's so small, we're going to try and get in touch with, you watch some of these other shows, and they'll go and they'll ask to talk like to the mayor or somebody before you go and say, hey, we have if you were going to be coming, we have two big huge one is big huge YouTube channel. We're going to be coming in, and we touch on a lot of people with our channels, and together we're going to be absolutely bringing a lot of people into Hellier basically with our channels. And what we'd like to do is actually have like a town kind of hall type thing where we could get anybody that's had any type of paranormal experiences dealing with these things to come in, and we could do one for like an hour. And they do it on those Bigfoot shows too. They'll like
Right,
have a town hall meeting. And
right,
what they usually do is the ones who have the most believable events. You mark them down and maybe go to where their house is, and or have them tell you where their experiences happened, and
Right.
then we can go to those experiences. Now, the number one thing
Okay.
that we talked about we want to do is find this house first and foremost. And in the video, they go looking for this house and they
So,
actually find it, but it's kind of blurred. But I was
okay.
able to kind of, look where they were. And so we'd be able
Figure
to
it out.
basically find it. And obviously, there's going to be people in the town that'll be,
They'll know.
open to telling you where to do it. And
So, did the
no
doctor
one
move
lives
out
there.
then, I
Yes,
assume?
it's
Okay.
completely moved out. Nobody lives there. And
Okay.
what I would want to do is hopefully get permission for us to go and be able to not be bothered by police or anything. Go there and set up at that house, and everything always occurred at nighttime, and we would stay there and be able to hopefully have these things pop up. Now, he said when they went there, they were finding other footprints themselves, and that it was just, really obvious that these things frequent this one specific area. So
Wow.
that would be first and foremost that I would like to do. I just think it would be kind of cool to maybe do that, small kind of town hall, kind of a la Bigfoot, whatever show that is. I forget, with
Right.
Matt Moneymaker and them on it, the fake Bigfoot show, and
Okay, I will just say though that you are describing a very extroverted event to an introvert.
okay. Oh, okay. Well,
Just
you don't have
saying.
to be involved with that if you wouldn't
I'll
want
be
it.
there.
Right.
I'll be there, but
You
we need to
would
get somebody
not.
to set it all up for us though.
Oh, of course. I would have all of these things taken care of before we went. It would not be
All
a,
right.
hey, let me try and set this up. Let me run in there and do this. No, I'll have everything, set up. Um,
All right.
I have a question for everybody in the chat as well. As you've been listening to when things are going right on tonight's live stream, at least we have some comedy going. Um, do me at least this, I know this ain't going to happen again. At least I figured out what's going on. Um, I want to ask you guys a favor. If you will all send a request of, I'm going to do things this year. I'm going to go on site places to visit without getting crazy and sending me to Mexico or something like that, which as my channel gets bigger, when I get to your size, I'll let them send me. That's what the
Oh,
big channels do anyway.
okay,
And
then we're not a big channel because I can't afford to go to Mexico. I'm not even sure I can afford to go to Kentucky.
if
So,
if you
just
I
saying.
know on the bigger shows, like my one cousin has a huge history channel. It's called Vlogging Through History with Chris Mowry. He has like over
Okay.
400,000 subscribers, and it's a
Nice.
history channel. Well, his people, and he's been on the History Channel now because of his YouTube channel. He
Nice.
actually has his subscribers will tell him, we want you to go here or there, and they all send the money in and donate to the channel so
Oh
that
my
he can
gosh.
afford to go. So
I,
hopefully when my channel gets big enough that you guys will do that, that would be awesome.
that would be cool.
Yeah, you're getting to that size. um, but if you guys would send, and yes, Masochist Mouse, one of the places I will go someday is to Mexico with Rivas to go wherever. He told me he has numerous places, and Mexico has a lot of different paranormal places and stuff. He's already mentioned a couple places near where he lives that we could go and check out. So I will go there someday, guys, but keeping it in the United States right now,
Just for now.
and not
Just
too
for now.
far from Actually, my brother lives in Long Beach, so somewhere in the United States, preferably at the beginning of this, not too far from Ohio. Give me some places that you would like me to go. Well known, really paranormally stuck and hit places, asylums, jails. There's places in Ohio. It's the one. It's where was it? It's down in. It used to be a prison. I forget the name of it, but just send them in, guys. And I don't know about Sylvan Beach Masochist, but send why. Send me the place of why you want them to be there too. So we're gonna be setting this up because we're obviously getting closer. As I said, my buddy David Wolf will be, with us. He's gonna have all the equipment and things like that, and oh my God, I'll be super excited to have you there. That would be awesome.
Oh, I thought you're talking David Wolf is going to do the not the penitentiary, but the other one that you were talking about.
Oh, he's coming to all of them. He's going to be filming.
All
He's
right.
bringing all of his equipment and everything. Yeah, he's going to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be a thing that we're going around, and he's coming so that he's going to have everything recorded with all of us on. He has great equipment. He has drones and stuff too. Great mics, lav mics and stuff. But what he's also going to do is after we record everything, he will give you and I the footage so that we can, also make a video or whatever. Right,
Well,
for our channels.
when are you thinking of doing this? That's another big question.
In September, we're thinking about doing this.
I don't know if I can get all my ducks in a row by then. God's
By
honest
the end
truth.
of September?
Maybe the end. Maybe the end of September. I don't know.
Okay, let's do this. Because we're also doing the Newcastle thing. So
right.
we're going to let me keep Newcastle in September.
Okay.
Let's try and shoot, and we'll talk after the show as well.
Okay.
Let's try and shoot for like late October, early November, if maybe, or even mid-November, if you think.
You're starting to get into winter at that point.
Right. But
which makes for not a very good starting.
They're in a lot of stuff, we could still do it. October I think would be perfect for
October
that.
might be better. Although Mr. InBetween is telling me no.
Oh, really?
But I don't know if he's saying that because we don't have the time or we don't have the money or both.
Well, you're not the only thing you would be have to do is to drive yourself there. You wouldn't have to. It's not like we would. There's nothing for us to pay.
Well, I know, but I'm not in Ohio. I'm in Minnesota. So a drive from Minnesota to Kentucky is not a small drive.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, but
so,
just to let you know, nothing else you would have to pay for, though. It's not like with those other things, like, the asylums and stuff that we all have to pay a portion.
Right. Yeah, that's true, because we're just running around on our own. Getting into trouble wherever we can find it.
Don't be a killjoy, Anthony.
Oh, he says it was September that was a no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, no, no. And I honestly was thinking for
Excuse
some
me.
reason I got confused and I was thinking Hellier would be is it was Newcastle. No, Newcastle's already scheduled for the end of September. So if we could,
Okay,
schedule that for like the end of October, you think that would be doable?
he just popped up and said late October would be great for Halloween.
Oh my God, it would be awesome. And I know
Mhm.
David would be down for that. Yeah. I don't
Oh
see
man, I feel
David
like
in
I'm
the.
getting myself in trouble here.
No, it will be awesome. Think about it. First time either, well, that will be by that point, second time for me, but first time on the in between that you go on location. And
Well, I went to the Bigfoot festival. That was on location.
right, did you record or
I
anything?
did. Well, I did a members only video. So to date, only my members have seen what I look like in the wild.
Ah,
Yes.
I
Just
got
saying.
you. Well, here'll be another really serious, on location event,
In the
which
wild. Yep.
awesomely on for Halloween. I mean, how can you
Cool.
beat that? That would be phenomenal for both of us, and my God, I'm sure everybody here will be just beyond stoked to be able to watch something like that.
This could be
That would
so
be
much.
awesome.
This could be scary.
Very. Yeah, I think it would be, and we won't be acting. We'll be, nervous, but we be safe. Everything will be safe. Trust me. We will be protected and things like that. So when
Well,
this is over,
these things these things are like Bigfoot. I mean, it's a thing you can run away from.
right, and
So
I
I'm
would
not
walk away from.
I mean,
So
did the doctor who lived there, did he report any instances of, I mean, they were looking in the windows, I mean, they were harassing them, but
right.
any instances of violence, of attacking them in
He
any way?
just, yeah, all that he said that he noticed was, aside from them just looking in the windows, was they killed his dog.
The dog, right.
Yeah, which is
Okay.
a sign of violence. And also,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? Let me also show you guys this. Let me share. Hopefully, let's make this work the right way this time. The picture of the police officers
Sketch.
sketch. So let me open this and go in there. Where's the other one? Oh, I know what to do. Hold on. Let me switch this. All right, I got it. I'm learning.
You're so technologically advanced.
All right. View tab. Add to scene. All right, can you guys see?
Yeah. Now
And
that was Hellier or that was
that
Hopkinsville?
that is from in 1956, was it, or 55?
That's Hopkinsville.
Yes, that is Hopkinsville. And
Okay. And so the Hellier doctor said what we saw looked just like that.
yeah, well, that is also not only that, but he said they did not have these ear things that they have
Okay.
on each end. So the
Right.
ears, from the impression that they got back then to now, is that possibly that was some type of helmet or something, if they
Sure.
really were aliens that they used for some other type of thing, technology or something, because the picture actually, though, the the picture that the doctor took, it didn't seem like you could see those. Now, those could be hid. They could be ears or something that
Yeah.
go up or down or are hidden in the back. Well, not all the time. Like maybe if they're like,
Maybe they
excited, they
fold
pop
back.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, right.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. But the pictures, you can't see them. But the little girl, interestingly enough, that you'll see in Hellier, you will see her make the picture, and the eyes are the same, and those ear types things are up as well. So I don't know. It's pretty exciting. It'll be really exciting for us, to do this, and hopefully get our eyes on that
I
little
can't even
sucker right
imagine.
there. Yeah. And again, because of everything that has occurred and all of the pieces of proof that, again, you'll see in the video, and anybody else, I really want you guys to watch this, because we'll be discussing it when I release my video about it. It's going to go from back then in 55 all the way up to this. And this will be kind of like a precursor for, us going there and doing a documentary on it, a small documentary, nothing big.
Right.
But, I just think that these have gotten enough slices of proof, if you will, since 55, that, I mean, and again, I keep pointing to Hellier, the little girl, and this doctor, and just the proof in the mud and the pictures he sends, and I mean, there's something going on there. So I would also, when David has all this equipment, what we'll do is we'll also find this cave system that is, or the mine that's real close to where this house is, and we'll put cameras at the opening of it, and maybe we'll catch something, because he has cameras like GoPros and things like that. He has also the hunting cameras that you put on trees and things
Yeah.
like that.
Trail cams.
So yes, so we're
Yep.
gonna have all kinds of stuff. And again, he has a really nice drone. I think he said it has night vision. I'm not sure if it has thermal vision. That'd be great if he does. But
Right.
at the very least, we're going to have a lot of equipment, and we're going to also have, he said he's going to be grabbing equipment for ghost hunting, like the REM pods and the other sensors and things like that we can do. Eventually, I would love to get, I guess there's this one company that Expedition X had gotten a their own ghost box made with their like logo on it and stuff. So I
Yeah.
would want to get a hold of this company and get one with like a Planet 412 logo on it and
That
go
would be
out
cool.
there. But yeah, I believe those ones are real. I've already mentioned that. But um, again, guys, do me a favor, throw out um, for me, places that you'd love, Planet 412, and whoever's, willing to come with me and go where you'd like us to go and check out in the near future. And I will look at every single one of them, and definitely put them down for possible. Um, let me
So
get
BJ just said that she sent you the picture that the girl drew and the picture of the creature.
PJ is like
She's
my
awesome. I want to see the picture of the creature.
I gotcha. Let me jump over to,
I want to see the good stuff.
okay,
The
I
proof,
gotcha.
baby. Let's see it.
Exit
So I
tree.
know what I'm going to be running from. I got to
Well,
know what it looks like
as I
so I know
always
to run
say,
away.
for me, of course, I'll be armed so that, because one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous things out there are people. And
Nice.
you definitely don't want to run into crazy people that are living up in the mountains and things like that. So we will be well protected, like with bear spray and things like that. And BJ did, she sent it to my text, so I have to send this to my messenger and then on my computer send it over. BJ, I
Right
don't see
then.
it, honey. I
Well,
don't
let me see.
see I don't
Mhm.
see it, Beach. Did you send it to my text or did you send it um to my messenger? Because messenger is where I would prefer that you send it. Well, while I'm waiting for those, and also for everybody, and Logan, I saw that you said you'd go with me. I'm sure a lot of you guys would go with me, and our community is absolutely untouchable, guys. I love my Planet 412 community. I got them from all over the world, and I know you love yours. You actually are like me a lot. You talk to your people, you comment and
I
everything. And
try.
yeah, I try to. It's
Mhm.
sometimes it's really hard to get to everybody
Yeah.
because there's a lot of them. But yeah, I love my people, man. They're so awesome. But while we're waiting for that,
Apparently, it's
hold
in
on.
your Facebook chat.
Oh, hey, Rye. I see Raya's there as well. Let me look here. Um,
Oh, she just sent it to text. See, I got
okay.
my own. I have my own little elves on this side,
I gotcha. All right. I
telling
see
me
it.
what your elves are doing.
Thank you. All right. I just downloaded them. Do me a favor from now on. Just send them to my messenger. That's the easiest way for me to do it so I don't have to go text to messenger and then on the computer. All right. Give me one more minute, guys, and we shall have them. Yes, there's one of the pictures. I love that picture right there. BJ, you're awesome.
I just know when you show this picture, it's going to be the picture I have in my head from watching this video. And I remember that the video was like one of a series, and I never saw the rest of the series. But obviously, it stuck with me enough that I still remember it. You know,
Right.
I just know it. I know it. I know it. I know it. And I remember watching that video, going, "This is like the most interesting story." I want to hear the end of the story. And then I kind of lost track of it, but obviously I still remember. So I just know that this picture is going to be
It's going to
beautiful.
be cool. Yes.
Hmm.
All right. I just downloaded them. Yeah, there's the kid picture. So, all right. All right. Let's go share. All right. Facebook. All right. Here comes the little kid picture. There's the little kid picture right there. And if you can see, the ears are, for a little kid, are pointed, kind of big, and that kind of same kind of shape, and the eyes are exactly the same as that police officer's picture. Do you remember that? Oh, what happened here? There you
There you
are.
go.
Do you remember the police officer's one?
Yeah. Although
So,
I'm going to just play devil's advocate here
uh huh.
and just say that looks like a little kid picture of
Right.
anything. Of anything.
Okay.
I'm just saying that is
No,
like
I understand. I
every
agree.
little kid's picture of a monster. I'm
I
just
just
saying.
find it interesting that when she said that she saw these things, they look like little kids, and they have the big eyes, and I mean absolutely exactly like that police officers. Here, let me bring the cops up again. All right, let me bring up the police officers again. I'm gonna have to let Hadley in the room soon because she's going ape shit on my
Is
door and
that what
trying
I
to get
hear?
in. I'm sorry.
It sounds like hail on your windows.
Yeah, it's Hadley scratching on the door. So there's the police officers right there,
Okay.
and very similar. See, the eyes has the inner circle as well, and the ears
Yeah.
actually look. I just think it looks for a little kid. They
I
said
suppose.
she was like 5 years old. I think
Yeah.
there's similarities there.
Yeah. I am anxious to hear her tale,
Agreed.
you know, for
Agreed.
very much so.
All right, now let me bring up the other picture. Now this is the actual picture I'm going to be showing you guys that the doctor took.
This is the one from behind the tree.
Yes, it's peeking.
The anticipation is killing me. Oh, there. I see it small.
And all right, there it is. Now there's the tree branch is kind of in front of its mouth, but you can see the eyes at the top, two big black eyes, and then the rest of it's glowing.
Wow.
Yeah. Now there was a couple others, BJ, if you can get them for me. Sorry to ask you again. Of the other two of the one, there's one looking in in the window, and then there's another one of it outside, and they say in the documentary the first picture he doesn't really get much from it. I actually
Right.
got a lot from it. This one's a
Yeah.
little confusing to see, but
I mean,
I
I
mean,
I see it.
you see the head, you see the
Yeah.
arms. Now, according to him, of the way that he drew it, BJ, if you can get the picture of, at how they have, he draws on this picture right here, that he shows like his own pencil and showing it from he said it's from a side view. So I had trouble seeing it until he draws. He actually draws in pencil on it to show us what he's
Right.
talking about. And he says it reminds him completely of the side view of a gray. And I see it once the pencil marks were on it, but that one was harder for me to notice than actually the other two that he sends. One's looking in the window and one is from outside, and I actually see quite a bit from it. So, and again, VJ, sorry for asking so much of you.
I mean, is it me or in the one that you have up right now? Is it look like it's smiling?
It does. It's kind of creepy,
That's
but
very creepy.
yeah, so people are getting I think they're getting the wrong idea of what that is. So where you would get the idea that is the mouth, I think that the actual mouth is right to the right, not that big shadow over where you think it's the mouth. That's not the mouth. That's actually a tree limb. And I think if you look at the head, if it was turned sideways and you go away from that big, shadowy thing that looks like a mouth, there's a little slit there. I think that little slit is the mouth. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Not exactly. I can't get past the smile.
All right.
Okay, like
All right.
coming down from the corner of the mouth. That slit?
Yeah, see, so if you're looking at the picture, it would be to the right.
Oh, to the right.
See, there's a little slit around where the neck is.
Where's there a neck?
Well, where it would be. So take the head. See,
Okay, let's back up for a second. Am I looking at just a head here?
no, there's supposedly arm and shoulder there as well, and a chest.
Okay, so it makes the head looks kind of like a chicken head.
I agree with you, but apparently you'll see the difference when we get the picture with his pencil kind of view over it, because that's not what
Right.
it looks like. It's
Okay, but
confusing from
at least
there.
now I have a better idea. I didn't realize I was looking at an entire figure. Wow.
Right,
Holy
right.
cow.
Actually, Rye, I appreciate that. In different circumstances could be, but if you've been around, there's a documentary on Prime Video called Hellier, and they have 3 pictures of these little demon kind of alien things, and
That we're going to go hunt down.
yes, that me and Carol Ann are gonna go hunt down, and BJ's gonna come, I think, and we
Are
are
we going to
definitely
capture
doing
it?
it if we could. Hell yeah, are you kidding me? If I had the opportunity to catch, we would be millionaires. Yeah,
How are we going to catch it? What are we going
I
to put
don't
it in?
know. We're getting a little far ahead of it. If we had the ability to grab one of those things, who knows? It might bite our arm off or send all the other ones at us too.
Or
Yeah.
laser beam.
I was just going to say shoot us with a laser beam. Um, we'll see how it works out. But yes, that is very confusing. It does kind of look like a chicken head in that picture, but that's exactly not it. But Rye, there
But
is 3 pictures that this doctor sent. Mr. In Between's laughing. That you really do see these beings, and the other 2, like I said, are better. When you guys watch it, Carol Ann, you and Mr. In Between on your big screen, you'll be able to freeze it and get a better view of
I'm
it.
going to make him watch it now. He's probably
Oh,
going to
you
hate every
have.
minute of it, but I'm going to make him watch it
I
anyway.
don't know. I think he would find it interesting. I really do.
Maybe.
I do. The first
Maybe.
episode is very interesting. It really grabbed me, man. It was one of, I don't always get grabbed by stuff because I'm one of the harder people to get to really buy, big experiences because of what I've
Right.
been through. And
Right.
I've had a lot of
That's
hoax
true.
and stuff sent to me. And I'm good at sniffing out, bad stuff, but this really, really, truly, it comes off to me as 100% legitimate.
Yeah.
I will, Rye.
Mr. In Between says he'll watch it.
Oh, he will. You guys, and please let me know what you think about it. BJ, I don't know if you had heard me ask you about if you could get those other pictures for me. The other 2 of the alien, and then the one that he like kind of shows an overlay of the one that's glowing by the tree. Okay. Thanks, sweetheart. So let's do this since we're waiting for her. Can can we go back to we were talking earlier about Bigfoot, and did you finish on what we were discussing before about your video that you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Just that next year I'm going to try to actually get my act together and get up there in time to do the Bigfoot. And hopefully they'll still do it. They did it this year, so I have no reason to think they won't do it again next year.
right.
So I haven't heard on the news that, anybody disappeared in the forests of northern Minnesota that weekend. So I assume it all went well. Whether they found, any evidence of Bigfoot or not, I assume nobody got lost. So
You hope
I will
not.
get my act together and do that next year.
So, what I want to discuss real quick on, since we're waiting for these things, on the paranormal side of like ghost stuff going with Bigfoot, you've heard a lot of the old adages of Bigfoot, being seen when UFO experiences are going on around the Bigfoot sometimes. But one of the things that have really, you're welcome, brother, that really get me excited is this ball of light that they say that Bigfoots have been seen numerous times holding, as like it's either a living kind of breathing or just energy kind of being, or a paranormal kind of ghost, or who knows, maybe some type of power source. Or did Bigfoot, when before the Bigfoot was seen and the UFO was seen, and not long after there was a Bigfoot experience and it's holding one of these? Was the Bigfoot in the UFO? Was that the
Right.
key for the UFO? Or was it released from said UFO? And, that's something that's always kind of really, blew my mind about, what is going on there. Do you ever wonder about that, or have any maybe possible idea or a guess of what these could be?
I would not venture to say that I have an idea or a guess as to what they are, but I do find it very intriguing because I've heard them. I've heard the stories of the ball lightning kind of thing, but I've also heard stories of them. Isn't it Skinwalker Ranch where they had one climbing out of a portal?
Yes.
So there's the portal idea, there's the ball idea, there's the poofing out of existence. I've heard those stories too. Oh, and by the way, speaking of poofing out of existence, I just told a Dogman story that will be out on our video on Sunday, of one of our in-betweeners sent me an email of something that happened to him. He said, I don't know if it was this past November or the November before, but he lives in Kentucky, now that I'm thinking about it, down by the Daniel Boone National Forest. He had a dogman encounter with 3 dogmen surrounding his house, and he said those just went poof out of existence.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and in fact, I say at the end of the video, I don't know for sure that he meant that if they just ran away or if they poofed out. I'm pretty sure he meant that they just vanished like vapor. And I say at the end of the video, that reminds me a whole lot of Matt Emch's experience of it poofing out of existence,
Yeah.
just slipping into the ether. So there's those, and not just Dogman, but Bigfoot too, just slipping into the one moment it's there, the next moment it's gone.
Right. Very interesting. I'm going to have to check that one out.
So I don't know. In fact, now that you mention it, when I was at the Bigfoot Festival, one of the stories that I heard, and I have a snippet of it in a members only video that we have coming up. But it was a guy who was talking about some drone footage that he saw. And I promised him I wouldn't say who he was or where it was or anything like that. But it was drone footage that he saw where it was tracking a Bigfoot as it ran. And the Bigfoot saw it, started running faster, and it got to the edge of a cliff, a very large cliff, and it just jumped off the cliff and went down. And the drone zoomed to the edge of the cliff, and the camera pointed straight down, looked around, and it was gone.
Gone.
Just totally gone. Where does something like that go?
Right.
How is there not a portal that it jumped into or something? So, to me, the portal and the ball lightning are kind of one and the same
Oh,
in
I
terms
think.
of an energy source. It's just an
Mhm.
energy source of one kind or another, just different shapes. Do you know what I mean? It's
Oh,
kind
I
of
agree.
that's kind of and granted, 3 years ago I was, whatever I saw on TV is basically all I knew about any of this. So it's only what I've learned from people like you and other, creators and content like our own, that
Mhm.
I'm learning, kind of putting the pieces together as to how these things work.
Right.
Um, but I do find it fascinating that it's very common that there is often, not all the time, but often, some kind of energy source. I don't know. There's my 2 cents.
No, you make a very good point. Um, and again, I'm gonna check out that video as well. That's very interesting to hear that, that they said that. Absolutely, the poof I would take as well, that they just were gone.
Hmm.
I 100%, I've seen some ball lightning videos. There's one really incredible one. Rye, I've watched that one with you before. It's of a guy in a parking lot that videotapes a ball lightning. It just goes all around the parking lot. It's really incredible. And,
I think I saw
they
that.
yeah, I'm sure you have. It's probably the best video ever of ball lightning. It's really incredible, and they have spoken about those type of events happening around paranormal types of things. Because you think about ghosts. Okay, I will, BJ. Thank you. She's awesome, isn't she?
Thank you,
You think
BJ.
about ghosts, and they need energy to
Hmm.
come about, and they can take energy from all sorts of places. But if any of the haunted places are by if they're made on limestone and some other rock types are
Granite.
very, yeah, granite, those help. If they're
Mhm.
near water, that is one of the main sources that they can draw energy from. And then you have something like a thunderstorm occurring. They can draw it right out of the sky, or when everything is lighting up with thunder and lightning, they can pull that energy as well. So you hear about some of these, and it's funny you brought that up because I've heard of one experience of a this one girl who was at she went to and I've told this, I don't know if I told it to you before. A girl living near the Bray Road area. Obviously,
Of
Bray,
course.
she went to a summer camp, and this one night she actually saw a dog man across the lake where they were staying, sticking out like its head between like bushes and stuff, and it's like watching all the kids, and she saw it stand up and walking and moving, and she was just blown away. Well, the next night, the next night, this girl, of course, stupidly, like someone in a horror movie, gets up and sneaks out of her camp area that she's sleeping in her, and goes by herself,
Oh,
and
jeez.
oh yeah, and
God.
goes across the lake to this area where no one is, and trying to find this dog man or any proof
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
So she gets to the area where this dog man was, and lo and behold, when she comes through a little clearing
Jeez.
in the wooded area, right by the water, there is a basketball sized, like, it's kind of, it wasn't ball lightning, but it was like what do they call them in paranormal? The little ones, the dots that float around.
Oh, orbs.
Orbs. So this one was a large basketball sized orangish red orb that was in the exact same area she saw the dog man, and it was just kind of moving real slow, and she ended up starting to follow this thing. Well,
Jeez.
she steps on a branch and snap and stops, and she looks up and this ball stops, and she said it didn't look like it had a front or a back or a side. She said, but you could tell it stopped and it rotated and faced her. She got the sense that was its front. And it
Right.
was like looking at her. And she stood there frozen. And then all of a sudden, this thing just went gone. Zip, 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 through the trees and then just gone. Now,
Wow.
was this the original form of this dog man? Was it the original form of a Sasquatch? Was it the original form of some of these other cryptids that people see and
Right.
they look up what could be one of the most scary things these humans could imagine running into in the woods, and I can turn into these things? And what if it wasn't, that wasn't a dog man, or it was the dog man and it can just switch shapes, and that
Right.
was it in energy form. Really wild.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah. All right.
Now, that kind of the basketball size orb, isn't that the description of the Brown Mountain Lights?
It is. They're pretty big and people see those all the time. They're like an orange shape, right?
That's interesting. I think
Yeah.
so.
I think they are
I
as
think so.
well. Let me see. Did she send it to my
I know I have one of my in-betweeners has sent me his personal story on the Brown Mountain Lights, which
Oh,
is
okay.
actually part of a documentary that's on Netflix, I believe.
Oh, really?
Or maybe it's Prime, one of the
Yeah,
two
I want to learn more
that I gotta
about.
watch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want to learn more about that.
yeah, me too.
All right, let's see. BJ, you said you sent it to my. Did you send it to my messenger? Because I'm looking and it's not there. Oh, she sent it in hers. I got it. Thanks. Thanks. Those are perfect. Thank you.
You got him.
Oh, wait. Oh, there's the one with the pencils around it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, she didn't get me the other two pictures of the actual beings, but this one helps you look at what this thing is much better.
Okay.
All right, let's share. Sorry, Beej, you missed. It's not the one you sent me. It's of the actual beings there. There are three pictures, and that's one of them. You don't have to do any more, honey. You did a great job. Thank you. I don't want to keep asking her to do all this stuff. She's been amazing, though.
You are awesome, BJ.
She is. All right, let me bring this one up. All right, let me bring it up. All right, now I can share that. Share. And boom. Now, let me see. Now, that's the one of the glowing picture that you had before. You can see it behind it, actually.
Yeah. Interesting. Now I can see its neck better.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see how it's situated better.
Right. It was really hard to notice because that was at night.
Right. But
But
now I can see a neck.
now you can see the arm coming around. It's doing the tree peeking.
Right.
Right. Yeah, much easier for that to
Hmm.
be seen. Thank you, BJ.
Yes. Interesting.
Very.
Hmm.
All right. Let me see. What there was another thing that I wanted to discuss with you. And again, thank you, BG, so much for everything that you did helping us with that.
She says,
For
I'm trying, LOL. Like she's a big miserable failure.
oh no,
BJ, you're
no,
awesome. Thank you so much
she
for
knows how
helping
much.
us fuddle our way through this stream.
Yes. You know how much I love you, Beach. You're doing an amazing job, and you can actually stop. You don't have to do any more. There is a another paranormal event that would make a good picture, Wembley. I agree. Let me think. I had this. This is what I wanted to ask you about.
A
Oh,
paranormal event?
the famous the most famous ones who was the woman and her husband who were exorcists, and they went
Ed,
around.
Ed
ed
and
and
Lorraine Warren.
Ed and Lorraine Warren, they
Hmm.
when they went to the actual home where the of the exorcist stuff that was going on, and the mother was thrown across the room in her chair and all of that occurred. You remember that?
Say it
There was
again.
there was a family that's home was horribly accosted by a poltergeist or a demon. I think it was demon. And the whole family was at dinner one night, and the mother was being targeted the most. And she actually, and I think Ed and Lorraine Warren were there when this occurred. She was picked up in her chair and thrown
Oh
across
my
the
God.
living room. Yeah,
I
that's
haven't
the
heard
one.
this one, I don't
Yeah,
think.
that's the one that I wanted to bring up with you. Um,
I don't think I've
let
heard
me
of
look
this one.
up that one. What it was. I watched a documentary on that as well. And
I haven't really spent a whole lot of time in the paranormal ghost and demon world. It's interesting to me, but I just haven't, I don't know. I guess, Bigfoot and Dogman and Loch Ness Monster have always been a little bit higher on the list for me.
right.
So that's where I spend most of my brain time,
Well, you
not
know
so
what?
much in ghosts and stuff. So I don't know. I know who Ed and Lorraine Warren are, obviously. Um,
This
but I
was
don't
the
know this particular
Conjuring
case.
house, and there's the actual real Conjuring. Remember the movie The Conjuring?
I remember it. I didn't see it.
So the real Conjuring house, and there's a documentary of it. And if you look it up on Google, the Conjuring house, the picture is there.
Right.
It's where the Perrin family experienced paranormal activity is located in Harrisville, Rhode Island. The story, which inspired the movie The Conjuring, involved the mother, Carolyn Perrin, being thrown across a room during a seance. While the movie portrays an exorcism, I'm catching what you have. My throat is dry. While the movie portrays an exorcism, the real life event involved a medium attempting to contact spirits and Carolyn being lifted and thrown by an unseen force. The Perrin family moved into the 1736 farmhouse in the early 1970s and began experiencing paranormal events. Now, stopping right there before I move on, a house that was built in 1736. Think of people that have died there, how many different types of events have occurred there that can bring on
Yes.
hauntings. And that's why I've been so into the hauntings more and more lately, is because it's very, very difficult to catch cryptids on camera, to actually prove that you've had events with them. And I really do believe some of the mindsets out there that these beings might emanate some type of electric or magnetic like field that actually gets in the way of our technology. That's why
Sure.
you yeah, so that's why you hear that a lot of these people that are hunting them down are now going old school and not using cameras with microchips in them, and things are going old school with the other kinds of cameras. I think
Yeah.
that's smart. But yeah,
Yeah, I do
back to
too.
that. Go ahead.
I was just say I do too. I really do think that they can hear the trail cams.
Oh,
I
they
think that
see
they
them
can,
too. They can see
yeah, or see them or
infrared.
hear them or something. Yeah, I think
Oh,
they
they
know they're
see.
there.
If deer can see infrared, Bigfoots and dogmen can see them.
Right. So you have
100%.
to go old school. You have
I
to.
agree. Yeah, I would, and that's something me and Dave Wolf were talking about for when we go to these places to have these experiences and to catch things on camera. We're not going to use anything that's emanating infrared if we can.
Right.
So that's one thing we both believe in. Ed and Lorraine Warren, along with the medium, were called in to investigate the haunting during a seance. Again, Carolyn Perrin was lifted and thrown across the room, landing with a thud. The Warrens believe she was possessed by the spirit, and this was scary because she looked like she was really possessed. Her features kind of changed, her voice changed. And they believe she was possessed by the spirit of Bathsheba Sherman, a former resident of the house who had been accused of killing a child. And apparently, I think they said she practiced witchcraft. The incident left Carolyn with a concussion and severe emotional distress. Again, the house born in 1736 is a real colonial era estate. The parent family experienced, though, they said the movie embellished it.
Sure.
They really had events that occurred. The house has been featured in documentaries and has become a popular destination for paranormal enthusiasts. Maybe another spot to go to.
Or
Um,
not.
well, I'm sure you won't go to that one.
Not going to a house where somebody was thrown across the room in a chair.
That's
No, thank you.
serious. Yeah, that's some stuff right there.
No. Thank you.
And we're gonna do EVPs when we go places and things like that. So when we're by that house, we will definitely do that. Um, but I don't know. I'm really excited about everything that we're gonna be doing here on the 412, and that you and I will be doing a collab out and
Crazy.
about, so to speak, and that'll be awesome. That'll be really awesome for our channels. Guys, we're winding down here. If anybody has any questions for me or Carol Ann, please ask before we shut down here. Throw them up in all caps, and we'll do our best to answer them. Carol Ann, did you want to let or everybody that's left here? We had a nice group here tonight. Number have been leaving. That's why I wanted to say we should end here. Did you want to let everybody know what's going on with you and the in between?
Well, first, I will let you know that by the time that we get together to go monster hunting in Hellier, I will make sure that I am up on the story. I will become a Hellier expert. I will be all over that one.
Hey,
Promise.
make your own, movie. I mean, video
Video. I might
about
have to do that. I might have to do that as a precursor to let people know what's going on. I don't know.
right.
See.
That's why I'm doing it.
Hmm. Sunday's video coming out, you might be interested, is a duo dogman story.
Ooh.
The second story is the one that I told you about with the guy in Kentucky where it surrounds his house.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, and I don't know if you've heard this or not, because I hadn't really heard it before, but the first one is the actual personal encounter from James Waters from Dark Waters.
Oh, really?
Not James Waters. Is it James Waters?
I don't know what his real
James.
name is.
His name is James.
Okay.
James from Dark Waters channel, who doesn't do Dogman anymore, but all of his Dogman stories are still there. But I did not know that he had his own personal encounter. So on Sunday, I talked about his personal encounter.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Other than that, we don't have a whole lot. We're just charging. We have some things in the works that hopefully in the next month or so, we're going to be able to start expanding the channel a little bit more content, maybe some more field trips. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Yours will probably be the first, so we'll see how that works.
I will be honored to have you there with me.
So we'll see. But
awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I can't wait. Guys, make sure, again, you go over to the InBetween and you guys subscribe if you're not already. And make sure you look at that video coming out this Sunday on Dogman. That's going to be really exciting. I can't wait to check that one out. Guys, also go over to the InBetween, buy some of their merch. She's got awesome stuff over there. You always see the coffee mug that she's holding. Can we see the coffee mug? I love when she holds that up. That's what got my butt moving with my merch. So, and you know,
but we also have. I mean, we have some. Mr. InBetween is a great graphic person with AI and everything. So we have some great. Imagine me on the Game of Thrones throne.
Saying, really?
I tell stories and I know things.
Oh, wow.
That's one of our t-shirts.
That's awesome. I didn't see that. I'll have to check it out.
And another one is me as a Ghostbuster.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't remember now what it says exactly. But yeah, it's me as a Ghostbuster. There's also
great.
What are the calm shirts? Oh, now what do those say? You know, the calm ones, they always say like, calm something and live long or live on.
Mm-hmm. Live long and prosper.
No, it's a calm thing. I can't believe I can't remember what this is now. Mr. InBetween, if you're listening, put it in our chat. But it's calm something. It's like a big meme thing that's like, it's a total meme thing. Keep calm and carry on. That's the meme that everybody takes. The main one is keep calm and carry on. So ours is keep calm and Carol Ann.
Nice.
So you can buy a keep calm and Carol Ann shirt if you want. So we have a couple of different shirts over there, a couple different designs. We didn't go crazy with it, but there's a few.
I love it. Guys, definitely go over. I'm going to go over and check them out later tonight. You guys from Antonio Vasquez or Vasquez. You guys heard about contact lenses. Now you can see in the dark without no lights. What does that mean?
Wow. I don't know.
I'm going to have to change. So I'm using the, I forget what the font is called. It's cool, but the names, they look a little fuzzy. So I'm going to have to change. Like the words, you don't think they look fuzzy?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't see the Antonio's comment up?
I haven't been looking at it. Which Antonio comment?
I have it up on the screen. You can't see it.
Oh. All right. Yes. Now I see it. Yes. So now I see it. You're thinking it looks a little blurry?
Yeah, the names. I think the word looks good, but so I forget what it's called. It's like it's a different font. I forget what the name is. It's like It has some funky name to it. I'm gonna change it. What do you mean by that, Antonio? Let's see. New tech on contact lenses. They have a new or a tech. Sorry.
So you can buy
Have a,
contact lenses that let you see in the dark.
that's apparently. I would
I
assume that's
want
some
those.
major new technology. I would assume that's like military grade,
I
right
want
there.
some of those.
Hell yeah. You kidding me? Me
Jeez,
too.
that would be
Um,
awesome.
I know it would be super awesome. I'd love to get those for our trip. And
Yeah,
you know
that
what's
would be
ironic
awesome.
that he brought that up? I really mean this. It's 100% true. Last night I was thinking about, I watched this show where they were talking about the people getting different things done in them as technology comes out and marrying the technology with their bodies and the efficacy about that. And I I thought about, what I would love to do with my eyes is, have however I could do it is be able to see in all the spectrums and like the predator can and heat and night vision
You can
and
be able
all.
to flip between them like the Predator
Yeah,
did.
yeah, make them all change. And, I think that'd be awesome. And it's ironic he brought that up because I thought about that last night. Antonio, again, have you guys ever heard about Roy Stubblefield's Dogman Encounter? Yes. I know we both have. Yeah, I know Roy's is about he made a date with a girl in a record store that apparently she turned out to be a female dog man and attacked him and a couple guys he was playing basketball with. So
That's
that,
nuts.
yeah, very crazy. Let's see if there's any more. I don't think there's any more. So I think that's it. So we are going to get going. Everybody, let me remove Antonio's. I want to thank you for coming on tonight, Carol Ann, and putting up with my screw ups on the new on the new one. At least it was you, and like I how I roll sometimes. I was so upset, but I'm so glad it was you because I can at least. I know family
You just
members here to
roll.
take care of me. Yes. And it was funny for us. So
Yeah.
it's an inside thing now, guys. I always seem to have something go wrong when me and Carol Ann are on. I had everything ready just to let you know. Like before, I tested it last night. It
Oh,
was
sure.
I did. Oh, I swear to God, I did. You don't believe me. I know you don't think I do that. I do practice now.
Just kidding.
I had it ready
Good.
and it
Good for
worked
you.
perfectly last night. And I don't know why it wasn't working. Like I was hitting show and it wasn't doing it.
No,
So, but guys, there's a lot of
whatever.
cool things here just to give you a little idea while we still got her here. Um, I just wanted to, guys, let's give Carol Ann, our applause for being here. Isn't that cool, guys? It's very cool,
That is
and
cool.
I could do this when you're coming in.
Yeah.
Who's here, guys? You
That's
know,
funny. You got to do that anytime you bring somebody into the stream, like, an
I will.
unexpected guest.
I will.
Absolutely.
So I was saying, when I mentioned I have Dolly Saffron on next week, if you stop by in the chat and want to jump in,
You got
come
to do
on
it.
in, and when you do, I'll have to. Who's here?
So great.
Hadley, my dog, heard me do that last night. She went nuts and ran to the front door.
Bet.
So, but it has all kinds of different stuff. You make a laugh or something. Like make a comedy. You could have used this
Wow.
when we did the cryptid collab together.
You could have.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah. Could have.
Yeah. So
Oh wow.
And then, if we have any breaks or something, which we don't do on it, it has stuff like this. You could take a commercial break and put music on. This is called commercial music. And then, I could throw up, something like I did earlier, like this. But it's kind of cool. Let me shut it off. But or
At
I
first,
can.
it was reminding me of Dana Carvey's broccoli song.
Oh, really?
That's what I was hearing at first.
I that one's the commercial. I kind of like this one is video game,
Groovy.
and then this is techno. But I like this the most. This is my actual Planet 412 intro music that my good friend Josh Nanokio helped make for me.
Nice.
So
Josh helped you make it?
Josh
Yeah, he
did.
is a musician, isn't he?
He's amazing. Yeah.
Forget that part.
Yep. Yeah, he made that for me.
Nice.
So thank you, Josh. Josh, just to let everybody know, and I'm going to cut out with you here just to let everybody know what's going on again with Planet 412, guys. A lot of stuff really on the verge of popping up. We're going to have stuff coming out left and right. Like I said earlier, there's videos. I have I'm almost done editing a number of them. I have a live stream on Tuesday with Dolly Saffron coming on. She's an experiencer of major UFO type of events, alien connections. We'll find out about her. And she's either the wife of Preston Dennett, who was just on recently, or she's his girlfriend. And then on Friday the 8th, I just mentioned him. He helped me make my theme music. Josh Nanokio will be in the live stream on the 8th next week. So if you come and you're in the chat, I will absolutely bring you in with us. And that's not easy to get Josh to do a live stream.
No.
Right.
No, I might have to crash the house that night.
Welcome, my dear. So, a lot going on. New ones coming up, guys. Like I said, just to let you also know, because of Josh helping me think this up, I started a brand new other channel. I haven't put anything up yet. I just made it. It's called Planet 412 Multiverse. And to give you guys an idea of what's going on that channel, it's going to have everything and everything. You're going to get a lot of narrations that are going to go on with things like narrations I throw up on mine. But you're also going to get different stuff down the road. I'm going to be making like you're gonna hear me, and I've had, and I'd love you to be involved as well. So there is it's kind of, I think it's like all AI, so it wouldn't be all AI with me, but there's a channel that I told Rye about this, and he does an amazing job. I was just watching it the other day. Let me bring up the name of his channel. He does everything AI, and he has stories that he does. Like he'll say, he'll have Joe Rogan, like, oh, they're on Joe Rogan or another talk show of a made-up voice. And they'll say, so you were down in Antarctica and you were, taken prisoner by and they start to talk about it. And I've been listening to this guy's channel for a long time. And, geez, I watch a lot on YouTube. So if I can find his show real quick, I'll tell you guys. It's like Shorts with Brian or something like that, but it's really good and he does a really good job. And so basically what I'm planning on doing is having, pictures that like he does. They have, I'm sure it's all AI where the pictures go with each scene, they change. And instead of me having AI voices or cloning my voice to do it, I have an idea where I would like the actual characters in each story, their voices to be portrayed by me and my friends. So I would love if you would voice something once in a while when I start doing these. I think it would be really cool. And I'm sure
Wow.
our friends and our would love to hear us voicing some of these things, and I'll send you the link for it so you can, and I'll put it up, guys, in the description for this as well, so you guys get an idea of what they do there. But I'd love to do that and have you join us once in a while when you have time.
Sure.
So don't get upset, Mr. In Between. Don't yell at me, Matt. We don't have time for that. It's just something small. So I'm going to be doing that. And to let you know as well, I'm going to be throwing all kinds of other stuff in there that you won't expect. So I'm excited about it.
Hmm.
I'm going to start putting stuff on there soon. And
Sounds intriguing.
it's going to be a lot different than this channel. You'll get a lot of different things that you don't get here. So I'm excited about that. And the future of the 412 is looking really good, and I'm excited. So that's what's going on, guys.
Nice.
We'll see you for the next video. I should have it done by Sunday. And again, Tuesday is another live stream. So thank you so much for coming on, Carol Ann. This was
Thank you.
awesome. Had a great time with you.
Yes, it's always fun to be on the 412.
Thank you. And again, sorry for all the hubbub before, but again, that's just par for the course with me and you.
We got it.
All right,
Oh, good.
sweetheart. Thank you very much. I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you too, sweetheart.
We'll see you later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good night. I am going to see if I can get this done right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as it greatly helps out the channel. I'll see you next time on Planet 412.